What is up, legends? We are back, and I haven't done this in 2 months. I figured I would do it now because I was talking with a friend about it, and I want to talk with you guys a little bit about this. And basically, this is the Sensor Tower monthly revenue gotcha report. And wow, first of all, off the bat, Zenless 96 million for everybody. See, this is the problem with the internet. I'm gonna start this right off the bat. The internet will have you believe that this game failed. It wasn't making any money. Is like doom. Like, why is anybody ever playing this game? Like, so much drama and lying. And I knew for a fact that this game was making money already. It was like just I just knew. And you see this number and you start to realize that there's a such thing that I keep telling you guys as a loud minority. There's always a loud minority, and they will have you think that they are the majority, and they usually are not. So all the naysayers that said that this game wasn't going to do anything, it wasn't going to make any money, y'all gonna have to go sit down and have 1,000 seats somewhere in the auditorium, sit in every single chair. After that, whether it's good is debatable. Whether it's like the best gotcha game out there is also debatable. I don't think it is, but that's debatable. I think Star Rail is the best gotcha game. People will probably not agree with that either. Say something else. Some people will say Wuthering Waves is the best gotcha game. Um, but I think it's Star Rail. That's this, in my opinion. Of like, obviously, if there's anybody who can give you guys an opinion on games, like I literally have thousands of reviews on my channel, more than anybody else in gotcha. Period. There's nobody who has as much as I do. Um, I think HR, and I'm talking about in multiple regions in China and Japan, like Italy, Mexico, Taiwan, anywhere in South America. HSR is the best gotcha game that we have right now. And even with that said, HSR last month did 95 million. This month, Zenless did 500K more. So, I mean, you could just take that for what you want to take it. It could be hype. It could be whatever else. We'll see what it does next month. I'm looking at it to get to maybe like 35, 40 million next month, especially with Jane Doe coming. Like, Jane Doe is a baddie. She's gonna carry by herself, but she's the end of the month. So she may not even be in August. She's probably gonna be in September. So that's neither here nor there. So it is what it is. No, let's move along. Love and Deep Space going to 42 million. Like people would say that, oh damn, like it's just a husbando bait game. Yes, but the game is good. It regardless is good. And then you have something interesting. You have Genshin Impact coming at 36 million, and then Honkai Star Rail coming at 35 million. Now, it's not necessarily that those games failed. What happened is when you look at the number one game, the money has to go somewhere. They get like it. There's not enough money to go around like that. So majority of the hype and the money went to Zenless. Like the whales and everybody, they all went there. All of this is going to even out next month. Um, HSR is probably going to be around 40, 50. Same thing with Genshin, the same thing with Endless. They're probably all going to be around the same number because there's going to be nobody going too crazy. Star Rail just put out their next update, and it's looking okay. I'm not too keen on the characters. I might end up skipping both if we're being honest, but I'm still looking at Star Rail to be around 40, like 40 to 50 anyway. Even with it arguably not being a super strong update as far as like character pull and stuff like that, pulling in. I don't think they're like it's like what I'm looking for is star power. I don't think that is a star power update. I think the characters are cool and good and very much strong, and probably will be in the meta, but they're not star power characters. They're not going to draw like that. They're not what you want is casuals to look on the outside, coming in and to spend on your game, and I don't think those characters are going to do that. A character like Jane Doe in Zenless Zone Zero will do stuff like that. Same thing with Genshin. I don't think Genshin has star power going on this particular update either. Wuthering Waves actually we skipped Dokkan. Dokkan actually went from 9 million to 32 million. That is insanity. That is a big jump from like mediocre, even though it's 9 million, it's not mediocre, but still 9 million to 32. Good on you, Dokkan. Um, Wuthering Waves. Now see, a lot of people are gonna be down on them with this. That 29 million is largely affected by Zenless's 96 million. It just is. They had the misfortune of having Genshin, HSR, and then Zenless all in the same month doing all that, and then you just have Wuthering Waves. And people are going to obviously say that, oh my God, they're falling off, they're failing, and everything else like that. It's not a new game anymore. Wuthering Waves starting off with 46 million is great. Like that's amazing considering that I don't think PGR was ever that high. I don't think PGR did that much money in the last 4 years combined. So to do that in 1 month, it's not a failure. And then I don't think PGR even got 29 million in the last 4 years. So it's not a failure at the end of the day. I think you have to put a lot of things in perspective. People look at stuff like, Hoyo games and then try to put the rest of the community, the Gacha community as far as the games, in that same ballpark, and you can't. Like, Hoyo is just in its own thing right now. Even though it's on this list, you can't compare them to anything else. You just can't. They have too much money now. There's like $1 billion company. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. Doesn't matter. They can come out here with Pac-Man as their next game and that get 96 million probably. Like you just can't. You can't compare them. It's not a comparison. So FGO coming in with 27 million is actually really amazing. Naruto Mobile is always solid. Like I keep telling you guys, that's the best Naruto game probably ever made. Basically, and it is locked in China for whatever reason. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. Monster Strike, always solid as well as 22 million. Dragon Ball Legends, Dragon Ball Legends always stays between 15 to 20 million generally. Decay stays between 10 to 20 million depending on what happens in it. And they did 16 last month, so they're on course. And again, you're talking like these are good numbers. People look at this and say like 10 to 16 million and then be like, oh, they ain't doing nothing. Again, in the scope of Hoyo, take Hoyo off this list and you're looking at, let's just take Hoyo completely off this list. Let's take Zenless off, let's take Genshin Impact. That would leave Love and Deep Space at the top. Which is kind of anomaly because Love and Deep Space is kind of like a really good game and a husbando game that nobody's ever seen anything like that before. That's why that's such an anomaly right now. Why they're just going to continue to make money because it's a good game and a husbando game. It's like basically it's like Nikkei basically, but better. I know you're going to be like, well, how is that possible? You're probably just not going to understand without playing. Basically, but it's like it's a male version of Decay, but just like better story, better gameplay, and just better overall interaction. If DK acted like Love and Deep Space, DK would be making 40 million, 100%, 100%. DK is just booty shake, breast shake, and the next girl in line, along with the same type of gun combat and everything else. That's all DK is. In comparison, Love and Deep Space is a husbando shake, but gameplay. Basically, and the women everywhere is killing it right now. Like that's what's doing it right now. Also, the gay and lesbian community is going off on it too, so they're inheriting all of that as well. So um, Idolmaster at 12 million, doing okay. Now Blue Archive coming in at what 11.3 is actually pretty interesting. Uma stands out. Uma is always at that point. Uma used to do 30 to 40 million about 2 years ago. Those days are over. That's why they're coming global right now, and trying to do their thing. Now, this is the first with solo leveling going from 19 to 10. That's a big drop off. And I believe the first month was 30 million. So it went from 30 million to 19 to 10, basically like that. And you see it dropped 9 spaces on top of that too. So that's pretty problematic. I actually like solo level, even though I don't. You guys notice I don't cover a lot of things anymore on the channel because I've cut back a lot on all of that, and I just want to review at this point. And you see I'm on variety, doing the First Descendant and other games, and then I'm going to be, picking up console as well with PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox. And, that's why you don't see a lot of gacha stuff anymore. Even though I'm still doing gacha stuff, I'm not doing it as much. It's not that I quit all of gacha. I actually still play the games, basically. I just don't do videos on them. And you may see me show up once in a while. I'll be like, update, look at my characters. And y'all be like, what the hell? You don't even do no videos. Like, how the hell you in game? Like, because I'm still playing. Anyway, Puzzle Dragons went from 17 to 9 million. That's not that great. Epic 7 stayed doing 5 million every month, but they did 8.9 last month, and that was the Wukong month, right? Yeah, I think it was. Light and Night is another Husbando game. They went down. Arc Knights dropped down from 11 to 8 million, basically. Hatsumiku, pretty solid. Snowbreak Containment, that was the anniversary update, and I actually got the anniversary character. I didn't do a video on it yet because I didn't build her, but I actually did. They went from 3 to 6.9 million. Now, see, this game, I'm gonna say I'm like so happy for Snowbreak because this was a game that was making like 200, 300K. Basically, like they was dead in the water and about to be EOS, and they said, you know what? We just going off. We going NC-17. We just gonna make this money now, and they doing it. People be like, oh, it's just a lot of people have their opinions on going the booty route and all that type of stuff like this, but I mean, if it work, it work. I don't have anything to say with it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you just have to get over it. If you don't like it, don't play it. That's it. Like, always say, grown-ups, when they don't like something, they don't deal with it and they go about their business. They don't do dissertations on why they don't like it. Like, we're supposed to care why you don't like something. Like, if you don't like it, we should never hear about it. You should just not be doing it. You should just not be seen doing it. There should be no 5 videos on why you don't like it, because a lot of people do stuff like that, and I think that's immature, and it's low-hanging fruit content. At the end of the day, we don't need to see you anymore. The same thing like with Triple Z, like with people, like dudes is making videos a month talking about they don't like the game. Like, go away. like you ain't fooling nobody. You just farming the algorithm to be a hater, and it didn't matter. Oh crap! No, it didn't matter. 96 million didn't matter. Like, so you just sat there and got your little bit of views and probably pissed some people off, and just look. Like, I always tell people, like, the community is not that dumb to not understand when somebody is literally farming algorithm just to hate on something when they probably don't play it, don't care about it, and probably playing something else. And like, you're just so obvious at the end of the day. And that's the same thing with people on Twitter and Reddit as well. It's so obvious that you fake as at that point. It just really is. You got Summoners War. right there. And Summoner's War is 6 million. Ensemble Stars, eh. Heavens Burns Red. I'm like, I don't know what happened with Heavens Burns Red because they had just been sitting at that number for a while now. AFK Journey went from 8 to 5 million. They're fading fast. I don't know what happened. It's like they gave up basically. One Piece Bounty Rush. Okay. Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Also, hanging in there is always around that particular thing. Fire Emblem, same thing, 4 to 5 million. Tears of Thimbus fell off hard. That is another Husbando type of game. I don't know what happened. They felt not that I even know anything about those games really, other than what the press blast say about them, but that fell off kind of hard. Azure Lane fell off. Reverse 1999 went from 6.7 to 3.3, which is actually good that they're hanging on. Like I'm happy for them. I wish they stay between the 6 to 10 million because I believe the game deserves it. The Battle Cats. Every time I see this, I say I'm gonna play this game, and I never do. It's been on my phone for 4 months, and I have not started it yet. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna start it right now. I'm looking at my phone right now. We're gonna start that right now. AFK Arena, steady at this 3 million, doing the same thing. Memento Mori, same type of thing. I still say this is too much. Memento Mori should be under 1 million. I don't know who playing that game or where. Cookie Run Kingdom is hanging on. Punishing Gray Raven making more money than what it normally was at 2.9 million. Good for them. Blue Lock, World Champion. Jujutsu Kaisen. That is a big drop. And I said this before previously. The reason for this dropping off so hard mainly is because they just threw out every character they could possibly do so fast, and there's no characters left now. And the story's over. So where you gonna get characters from? You gonna do swimsuits for the rest of the year? Like, this game is probably done. It is probably is. Path to Nowhere, doubling what it is. Path to Nowhere deserves more views, man. It just does. Final Fantasy Ever Crisis deserves more. It just is what it is. Honkai Impact the Third deserves more, even though it's old. It still deserves more. Princess Connect needs to die. That's all I'm gonna say about that. One Piece Treasure Cruise hanging in there. Persona X. I don't know why does this have a global thing? It ain't global. It's China. It's not actually. It's China, Taiwan, and Japan. Actually, no. China, Taiwan, and Korea. I'm sorry. It ain't global. It's not yet. I wish. Brown Dust hanging in there. Another one that Brown Dust was also making like 300, 400, and they went the booty route, and bam. We could be haters, but money talks. Bang Dream, Langrisser right there. Bleach Brave Souls, Altilia hanging in there. Damn, I feel bad for them. They deserve more money too. And this is where I call this EOS land. Because all these games around this point right now, like I told you guys before, the server costs are probably around 1 million for every single game here, and they're only making that. So the money has to come obviously from other titles that the company may own or something like that, because these games are probably operating in the red. When you see like these red numbers right here, like especially like Bleach Brave Souls, as much people are actually on Bleach Brave Souls, like it has a massive community. So there is no way in the world that their server don't cost at least 1 million to maintain, and they're barely making that right now. So Bleach got money anyway, but still, like, same thing with Altilia. I'm pretty sure that they're probably in the red. Pokemon definitely. Idolmaster, Final Fantasy, War of Visions. That's actually, I don't think War of Visions don't even have like people really necessarily hanging on the server, so they might be okay. Same thing with Grand Summoner. Tower of God have people hanging on the server. They're barely making anything. Aether Gazer, I feel bad for them. They deserve better, but they do have people, and then they have guild combat and all that type of stuff. So I know they have people hanging on the server. This light is like the biggest disappointment. Man, 1 million. Another Eden is always around this, between just under a million to 2 million, stuff like that. Gundam Engage is probably going to EOS. Outer Plane is probably going to EOS. Octopack Traveler is probably going to EOS. Break My Case. I never heard of that, so I'm just gonna skip it. Final Fantasy Exvius. This has been around for a while, so it's probably okay. Knights of Edda is probably gonna EOS, unfortunately. Same thing with Tower Fantasy, even though they got NTE, so they'll be alright. They're probably gonna NTE will probably save Tower Fantasy, because they'll probably get a massive burst of money and people in that game, and that'll probably save Tower Fantasy for a while. But on its own, it's probably going to EOS. Idly Pride is probably going bye-bye. Ever so, I don't know how that's still here, but it's probably going to go bye. Same thing with Black Clever M. Like, all this stuff down here. Girls Frontline. I don't know how this is coming global, because this is fading fast. Over here, I wouldn't even do it if I was them. But Dolphin Wave, sorry for no girl. There's a lot of Girl Frontlines fans, but I don't think that this game is going to do that well. Guardian Tales, Limbus Company, no, Echolopolis. Bruh, I don't know how that's that low. Girls Frontline Base, like, dog, you almost making as much money as your predecessor. That's crazy. NeuroCloud, like, all of this stuff down here, like, you'd be shocked if that is even still around. And Machi. If they would look at Devil May Cry on top of that, I don't even know how Devil May Cry made 300K. Okay, where's One Punch? Oh my god. I was just like, wow. Okay. Well, poor. And then look at Hegan, and then Archlands. Man. Okay. Well, to sum this up, Zenless not bad, huh? That's all I got for you guys. Be legendary. Hopefully, this will be to your liking. I always have a lot of fun talking with you guys about this, and letting you guys know what I feel, industry-wise and everything else like that. It's cool. Definitely cool. At the end of the day, and I'm happy for Hoyo. Keep crossing over, Hoyo, because that's what Zenless crossed over. That's what this money is. Most games with Hoyo crossed over, but Zenless crossed over majorly. Zenless had commercials everywhere, and that's how you promote. And that's the problem with a lot of this stuff. Wuthering Waves was doing it, and they stopped. And that's how you get 29 million. Literally take $1 million of those dollars, Kuro, and go promote your game. You got 29 million right there. The CEO don't need that million. He gonna be all right. Take $1 million of that and go promote your game. Like, you got a cutest F painter girl coming in the next banner, including a free 5-star, which game companies don't even hardly do that no more. Y'all need to have a commercial saying this stuff. There needs to be ZZ, whatever the hell her name is. She needs to be painting and cute and thick in a commercial on ESPN somewhere. She should have been on the Olympics in the commercial. She should be in a magazine somewhere, being cute and pouty and everything else like that. Like, come play Wuthering Waves. That's how you get people to play your game. I don't get why they just do that for like the first month and then act like they don't need to do it anymore. No, that's not what Hoyo does. That's not what Nikkei does. Nikkei actually promote too. And I notice every time Nikkei does that, they hit like 30, 40 million. Like, go figure. Spend $1 million, make 20 million. Peace, y'all.